Hiya guys, hope you're all well. It's Ben here from SW6 Lions TV. With me, I've got Mason. We're going to be doing a Q&A. 5 questions, all Chelsea FC related. Behind me is the glorious Stamford Bridge. If you could, guys, we are a new YouTube channel. If you could like and subscribe, the link is in the description below. SW6 Lions TV on Instagram, Twitter, and obviously on YouTube as well. Thank you guys, we're going to get into it. So we're going to go with, is player power a massive issue at Chelsea? Now, if I was to answer this question, it would go on for about 20 minutes, so I'm going to leave this to you.
I'll give you a moment to speak in a minute actually. This is a huge problem. This is why managers don't get more than 2 years at Chelsea. We've seen this with Di Matteo, win the Champions League, win the FA Cup.
Di Matteo, Conte, Sarri, Lampard, Mourinho, who else? Christ.
All of them. And I think what you're seeing at the moment with Tuchel is that he's playing a very safe game. You saw last night against Newcastle, not playing your best keeper in goal, playing Rudiger at the back after he scored that own goal against Sheffield United, which was abysmal.
Do you know what? He's actually been alright at the back, hasn't he, at the moment? But
it has.
You just know, like, against these bigger teams, it's just gonna.
You can't be playing Kepa in goal against these big teams. You can't be playing Alonso at left wing back against these big teams. They just don't show up. Against Atletico Madrid, you can't be playing Alonso at left wing back.
No.
You can't be doing it against these big clubs. And Tuchel's playing a very safe game with this at the moment. He's keeping all the players happy because he knows if they're unhappy, he's gone by next January.
Yeah, I feel like that's what you have to do here.
You have to do
It's a lose-lose here, isn't it? Being a manager at Chelsea is a lose.
Really
well, the money, I suppose.
Because you have to play every player, and even if that player's playing bad, and you're not getting the results, you're going to go.
Yeah.
So it's a lose-lose here at Chelsea, and this is one of our main problems here. And I think at every club as well, but especially here, the player power is just
unbelievable.
Yeah,
I thought it was all going to change in 2015 when they brought in Mourinho again, 2014, but it's just I thought they were going to back him. So basically, say you're in charge of the club. Do what you want.
Yeah, whatever signings you want.
Yeah, whatever signings you want, let us know. But obviously, it's never gonna happen, is it?
It's never gonna happen. This is why with Tuchel, can I see it working? No, I can't.
Nah,
I can't see.
We've gone in 18 months.
He's fell out of the board with Dortmund, with PSG.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same here.
Match made in heaven, they say.
Leading off your question here with player power. I think this is the main reason why he went, and I'm going to ask you this. Do you think Lampard should have been sacked?
No.
Yeah.
Just a straight no. Like, he didn't get enough time. He didn't get enough time to... Because he bought all these players... Well, who knows who bought these players.
Yeah.
He bought... So out of them 6 signings, how many did he actually want? That's what I'd like to find out.
Yeah.
They haven't performed... They didn't really perform for him, I don't think. Havertz was shocking. Werner was obviously, I don't know what went on with him. I think he might have wanted Chilwell, I heard, and Thiago Silva. But he needed more time, surely.
Rumours he actually wanted Declan Rice as well.
Yeah.
Which I think would have changed our midfield massively.
Yeah, I think
Declan Rice can defend, he can attack, he can do it all, that player, and that would be huge for our midfield.
I think Declan Rice would have been a great signing. But they said, like, they didn't want to buy an academy graduate back in the club. Like, what is that about?
Honestly.
What are they about?
And the thing is, right, is there's a lot of hype surrounding Tuchel now, but the games that we've had, we've expected to win.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The games that Tuchel took over, Lampard probably would have won most of them, if not all of them. But saying that, I think Tuchel's come in. I think you say like Tuchel.
Yeah.
But he's come in, and I've been quite impressed with him actually.
Yeah.
I've been quite impressed with him. Obviously, we're going to back him. But your question on Lampard. Not enough time. As soon as he's got one blip, he's out the door.
Yeah, look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah.
What he's done. Now they're up there. They're fighting for the title.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you answered that question. 100% no.
So I'm going to touch on a point he said earlier actually about creativity and why you'd sign Kane. I think we expect it from this player a lot. Do you think Kai Havertz will come good for Chelsea?
Oh, that's a good question. That one. Kai Havertz. you know what? In the summer, I was buzzing with the signing. I didn't know much about him, I can't lie.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of us did, and we all jumped on the bandwagon. But at the moment, I've seen nothing from him. Honestly, with Werner, I can sort of like get it because I see movement, I see stuff from him. But with Havertz, he's slow at the moment on the ball. He's slow. He's just making the easy pass. Where when I was watching clips when he's at Leverkusen, he was dominating. He was making good passes, running with the ball. But I don't see any of that at the minute.
Yeah.
Any of that. So I'm a bit disappointed.
You could say he's only young. He's just come to the club. Maybe he needs time.
Yeah.
But in the Premier League, if you don't show it from the get-go, then that confidence is just going to keep on going down.
Yeah, I think give them a run of games maybe, but obviously at this club you can't give players run of games if they're not performing. So it's a really tough one. But next year we probably will see if he's cut for it. If he's performing like that next year, then I'd say no.
It's like right now, would I choose him over Kovacic or Mount? I wouldn't.
No.
Even Jorginho, I wouldn't be starting him over at the moment.
No, I agree. So, as I said, we're going to sort of judge him next year.
Yeah.
Next year's the big season for him.
It's a huge season. It's a make or break.
Yeah.
It's either you could be gone in January, or
I don't think I'll sell him in January, but I reckon if he's still shocking, then I'd say,
he has to go, blood.
Yeah. The new signings. We'll go out of 10. How you think they performed out of 10? So we'll start with Kai Havertz.
I think the reason why his number would be boosted up a little bit is because the kid's got potential. He's got huge potential. I haven't seen anything from him yet, but what I've heard, he does have the potential to be a good player. He's only young. I'd give him a 4.
Yeah, I think 4's fair. I think 4's fair. Yeah. So far, we'll go with Thiago Silva.
He has to be an 8 or a 9 for me. Huge leader. If we didn't have him in the dressing room, I think our dressing room would have fell apart.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I think 9.
We don't have that leader in there.
Yeah, I think he started shaky at West Brom, didn't he, when he let the ball roll over his...
yeah, exactly. But to come back from that and to show adversity from that is huge.
Yeah.
That just shows how big of a player he is.
Yeah, agreed. I think 9's 8 or 9.
I'll go 9.
Yeah, it's been exceptional, really. Mendy. This is an interesting one because I'm still on the fence with him.
Yeah.
But with the ball at his feet, I don't think he's great, but obviously his shot stopping is not bad. So
I say this about quite a few players. He's got a mistake in him. He always, and you don't want that in your keeper, really. He does have a mistake in him. He's got the potential again to be a huge keeper. He's only young, remember. He does have the potential to be a huge keeper. I'd probably give him a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, a little bit harsh, I think. I think he's been.
Yeah.
He hasn't made too many mistakes. I think he's coming for Kepa. I'll probably give him an 8. I think he's been good.
I think people give him such high numbers because of the keeper that we've had before.
Yeah.
I think if he had come in after a check or something like that, be it anyone who came in after check would look bad. But if he comes in after a good keeper, he's not looking as good.
Yeah. Now we have got. So what did you give Mendy?
6.5.
6.5.
Staying my guns in.
Okay, I'll take that.
If you disagree with anything, comment down below.
I think you're going to get a few comments.
I think I am.
Ziyech. He's been disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big one again. You could say he's only young again. He's got time to improve. But for me,
if we're rating him right now.
If I'm rating him right now, I'm giving him a 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. Do you know what? And this is gonna sound bad,
We've seen moments of magic from him, though. His whippings to the box, the little trickery on the field. We've seen good stuff from him.
Do you know what? With Ziyech, you see magic.
Yeah.
And he's gonna give balls away. Obviously, playing the way he does, he's gonna give balls away. But I just think he's really arrogant. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it. Like, I don't reckon he trains well. And I don't know, I just think he might think he's bigger than the club at the moment, early signs.
Well, a lot of people said that Hazard didn't train well, but then he'd come onto the field and he'd score through.
Yeah, Hazard's totally different.
If you're not going to train well on the field, you have to show that you're the boy on the pitch. And I haven't really seen that yet.
No, Ziyech hasn't done it for me.
No.
Okay, moving on to Ben Chilwell. Do you know what? I'm going to put it out there. I think Ben Chilwell gets an easy ride. I don't think he's had
He does.
the stick that like Werner's had and Havertz has had.
No,
But he hasn't performed well.
He hasn't. So for me, he had a great start to the season, getting assists, getting a few goals. He had a great start to the season, but now I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, you look really shaky. He looked shaky back there. We saw against Sheffield United, giving a pen away. Obviously, it was offside, which he got away with, really, because it would have been a penalty. And he doesn't get the stick that he should get, really. And if I was playing a back four at Chelsea, I'd be playing Azpilicueta at left back, personally.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Last one, we're going to go Timo Werner.
We have a very split
This is going to be interesting.
It is. You know what? From when we thought about this video idea, I had a very different opinion to what I do now. I still think that he's not a 20-goal season player. I still think that.
Did you not watch the game last night?
He is very good at creating. He's very good at creating, but I can't see him scoring 20 goals a season.
Do you know what? He's not like the most clinical player, I'd say, but his movement, he's going to get chances, and trust me, he's going to score.
Absolutely. But then you could say last night he had a chance to get to Newcastle and he didn't bury it.
He's been man. I think he's been man in the match twice in a row now. He's set up goals. Mate, he will come good.
Don't get me wrong. He's set up goals. He's been great, and I think he's great. His movement is unbelievable for the squad, for creating little chances, and even when he plays out wide, he really stretches the play, and I really like that with him. But I can't see him being an out-and-out striker. I couldn't play him up front. I wouldn't play him on the left.
Yeah, okay. So out of 10.
Out of 10, I think...
I'd say at the start of the season, it'll be very different to...
I think he's picked up performances. Obviously, he didn't score for 3 months. But he's picked up performances, and I'd say a 7.5 out of 10.
7.5. Yeah, it's probably... I'd say before the last probably 5 games, he'd probably been a bit lower. But obviously now 100%. he's been putting in performances, and I can see he's going to be a real player there.
If I hadn't seen the Newcastle game, the Sheffield game, I'd have given him a
before that
5.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah,
but he's really picked up. Yeah, he has really picked up.
Good answer.
Okay, this is gonna really split Chelsea fans right down there. Fuck you! Yeah, it just started now.
Right, so I start again.
Yeah, let's start it. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. I think this is gonna really actually split Chelsea fans down the middle. Will Mason Mount be the future captain for Chelsea?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't see it. I don't see it. Because obviously we've got Azpilicueta there now. Thiago Silva. Obviously they will go. Their time will come. But Mason Mount, I don't see him as a leader. I don't see him as a leader. Maybe on the pitch he's decent, but I don't see him in the changing room giving it to players when they're not performing.
Absolutely.
So for that I'd probably say no. Would I want him to be captain? Obviously he's come through the academy. Oh, I don't know. Probably not.
Personally, I'd love to see him as a captain. In a few years' time, I'd love to see him as captain. I don't think.
Fine. Would you want to see him as a captain because he's come through the academy? It's like the love story, or if there was a leader there, a leader that will lead.
Yeah, I think his time will come to lead. I really, really do. I think learning off players like Silva and Azpilicueta is going to be huge for him. And I think he's really going to pick up at Chelsea.
See, I think he's going to be like a Lampard. Like Lampard was a leader, but I don't see Lampard as a JT.
He's a leader by example, and I think this is what Mason Mount will do. We see a lot in this game of leaders by examples. I wouldn't see Harry Kane giving it to people in the dressing room. And England captain.
Did you not see his speeches? Not see his speeches?
No. But that's obviously preparing people for the game. Exactly. This is preparing people for the game. Every player's going to do that.
Yeah.
Every player's going to do that. And I can really see the game changing of there's not going to be these leaders that are going to give it to you in the dressing room anymore. It's all going to be by example.
It's the way the game's going now, isn't it?
It
is the way the game's going. So, obviously, I'd like to see him as captain, but I think Lampard gave him that captaincy because Lampard was going. I don't think Lampard actually, but maybe he will. Maybe
was he signalling that he should be the Chelsea captain in years to come? I really think he was signalling in years to come. This is the guy that we're going to look up to.
I hope so, but yeah. Okay, moving on to the last question. It's a bit of a bonus question because this question has been circling around on Twitter, on Chelsea Twitter. we've got our opinions on it. It's huge. Like it's proper split the fan base. Some people say, why are you even asking this question? Like you don't even need to. He clearly is a legend. But is Azpilicueta a Chelsea legend?
No. Straight
Oh,
up.
straight in with a no.
That man behind us said he's not a legend for me.
Oh,
And you know why I'm saying this, right? Is you were saying to me the other day, Drogba, Terry and Lampard, aren't they? They're just levels above. But to be a legend, you have to be levels above. I don't see him breaking records as a right back. I don't see him.
You are being harsher than him. He's been a great player for us.
He's been a great serving
stuck
player
by
for
the
the club. He's been a great serving player for the club. He has been great, but he hasn't been. If I'm going 5 years time, and I'm going, all right, who were the absolute legends of the club? I'm saying to myself, Terry, Lampard, Drogba. 5 years time, I'll probably be saying Eden Hazard on a club. I'm not thinking of Azpilicueta.
Yeah, do you know what? I actually do agree with you
I'm
here.
really not.
I think the word legend gets bandied about so much now.
It's too easy to call someone a legend now.
Yeah.
A legend should only be for the top. And for him, look at Terry. He got the most goals as a defender. Look at Azpilicueta. He hasn't broken any records.
He's been amazing for us, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But as you said, when you do think of a Chelsea legend, what pops into your head when you see that stadium, when you say Chelsea legend, Lampard, Terry, Drogba, Cech,
Think of
Ashley
moments
Cole.
in that stadium. Yeah, Cech, Ashley Cole.
Yeah.
You do think of moments, and you always think of a moment of what they've done. For me, for Drogba, scoring the Champions League final. And you always think of moments, what they've done. But Azpilicueta, I couldn't, standing here right now, I couldn't think of an important goal. I couldn't think of anything, really. I could think of, he's been a great serving player, don't get me wrong. But I couldn't think of, yeah, he won us that, or he was a pivotal moment in that. I couldn't.
Okay, so there you have it. Cool. That was interesting. That's very
huge.
interesting.
That was
Guys, please, let us know. Do you think Azpilicueta is a legend? Because I'm genuinely want to see what you guys say. Write in the comments below. That's the end of the video. Like and subscribe. The link is in the description below. Hope you enjoyed it. Up the Chelsea.